Britain's Emma Raducanu is a better player than when she stunned the tennis world by winning last year's U.S Open as a qualifier, according to former world number 1 Kim Clijsters. The 19-year-old Raducanu has endured a difficult first full year on tour with injuries and poor form limiting her match wins, but Clijsters says no one should be concerned. She's already done a lot more in the lead up to the U.S Open than she did last year. She's beaten a lot of good players, Clijsters, an analyst for broadcaster Sport told Reuters. She is maturing as a tennis player. I think her tennis is better now than it was when she won the US Open. Raducanu last year became the first qualifier to win a Grand Slam title, winning 10 matches in New York without dropping a set, catapulting her career into stratosphere and making her one of the most marketable athletes on the planet. The world number 1 is a modest 13-15 this year, but in Cincinnati last week, she thrashed Serena Williams and Victoria Azarenka in consecutive rounds. Her return to Flushing Meadows is eagerly anticipated, but Clijsters, a 3-time US Open champion, said expectations should be lowered for the British teenager as she learns to cope with her status as a major champion. When you have such a life-changing experience, and I'm not talking about what happens on the court but everything else that gets added to that, even if she doesn't change, people around you change, Clijsters said. People look at you differently. People on the tour look at you differently whether she goes to her tournament in Luxembourg or in Australia. Everybody knows her. Those big changes in life, they take a time to kind of get used to. It's so unrealistic, the expectations that are on her, because when you play a sport, you go out there and you know you have an opponent who's trying to win just as hard as you. Rather than feel under pressure, Clijsters believe Raducanu will feel super excited to be back in New York. I mean, is she going to win the US Open? The Belgian said. It would be incredible if she did, but there's a lot of other players out there who have just as much chance as her. So it will just be a matter of seeing whether she deals with that emotion of being at the slam and the expectations of it. She might be super excited to be there and then play really free and without any pressure.